Hey there, this is Adam White, founder of Adam White Speaks and author of A Leader Others Will Follow, The Power of Influence. And I'm excited once again to talk to you today. In this session, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to develop discipline. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're an athlete or whether you are pursuing a career ambition or whether you want to increase the relationships in your life. It requires a certain level of discipline. No one that you see, whether it's an actress or someone that you deem to be successful, no one has achieved success without a certain level of discipline. And so today I want to give you 5 ways, 5 tips that's really going to help you to develop your discipline. You know, we can often get distracted and we get off track, and we want to accomplish great things, but we have a problem with discipline. We can't seem to just make things happen in the way that we want them to, and we lose time out of our life, and our years roll by and we don't achieve the success we had hoped for. So today I'm going to give you 5 tips that are going to really help you, and we're going to talk about 5 ways to develop discipline today. Number 1, you have to be able to set a new standard. Again, number 1 is to set a new standard. You know, if you don't expect more from yourself, if you don't raise your standard of expectation from yourself, then you're not going to achieve anything more. Oftentimes we set the bar too low in our life. We don't reach for higher standard. We don't reach for greater things. We say, hey, that's out of my reach. I can't afford it, or that I'm not qualified for it. We lower our standard. Even in relationships, sometimes we'll lower our standard where we accept a love that just any kind of love, or sometimes we get treated in a way that we don't want to be treated because we have reduced our standard. We stop expecting more from ourselves and for ourselves. So number 1, if you're going to develop greater discipline in your life, the first thing you have to start with is a goal. You have to start by setting a new standard. You can't just be happy with a mediocre life. You can't just be happy with just enough to get by, and it's okay if I don't ever achieve my dream or my goal. No, you have to set a new standard. If you operate by the same principles and you never raise your standard of expectation, not from others, but from yourself, you'll continue to experience the same results. So number 1, the first key in order to developing more discipline in every area of your life, I don't care if it's your career, I don't care if it's within your family, I don't care if you're trying to become a professional athlete or become professional at anything, it requires discipline. And the number 1 thing you want to do is set a new standard. Today, after you have watched this video, I want you to write down a new goal. I want you to write down something that seems like impossible for you to achieve. It seems like you wouldn't be able to do it. Maybe it seems like a dream, like it'll never come to fruition. It will never come into reality. That is the thing I want you to write down after this video. And I want you to set a new standard for your life. Don't accept just good enough. Don't accept just any old way will do. I want you to raise your standard. That's number 1. Let's talk about number 2. This trips up a lot of people. When I talk with people, I advise and mentor people across this country and speak to audiences across this country, I run into this number 2 issue right here. And number 2, if you're going to develop discipline, you have to be consistent. Oh man, consistent is a powerful word. I want you to think about that. Oftentimes we'll start and stop. You can't be successful. You can't achieve another level in life if you're stopping and starting. If you're talking about it today and not thinking about it tomorrow. If you write the goals down today, after this video you wrote down the new standard and you don't take action upon it, you're not consistent. So a lot of time what traps people, when I talk with people, I'll ask them questions, and at the root of a lot of problems that happen in people's lives, or even in relationships, or even on their career and on the job, even at home, it doesn't matter where it is often that they are not consistent. They don't do the same thing every day. They start and then they stop. They start and then they stop. So number 2, in order to develop more discipline in your life, and the purpose for discipline is to achieve more great things in your life, is you have to be consistent. Do what you say you're going to do. Do the same thing every single day. That's it. Number 2, be consistent. All right, let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is you have to make every moment count. Man, that is powerful. It's time management. You've heard it so many times before, but do you really take advantage of every moment in your life? You know, just a few minutes of surfing the internet, or a few minutes on Facebook responding to a message, or a few minutes of scrolling through the timeline of Twitter or LinkedIn, just a few minutes of argument with someone that is distracting you from your goal and your purpose, just a few minutes here and there, those minutes begin to stack up. And all of a sudden, you lose a few hours out of your day. And now you lose a half a day, and it's the afternoon, and you still have not accomplished anything. You're focused on activity and you haven't achieved anything. So what happens is you're not taking advantage of the moments that you've been given. The moments in life are wasted, and we spend time doing things that are idle, things that don't get us any closer to our goal. So number 3, if you're going to develop more discipline, you have to be able to make every moment count. From today forward, after you've watched this video, I don't want you to waste another minute. Write a to-do list. You know, oftentimes throughout my day, I'll start my day and I'll write a to-do list. And I actually put a time. I approximate how much time it's going to take me to finish that task. And I'll chart that whole thing down all the way through my to-do list. And then I'm checking the time. I'm going back and saying, okay, if I've saved 2 minutes here, where can I apply those 2 minutes somewhere else? So it's very important that you take advantage of every moment in your life. Don't waste this precious life and this precious time that you've been given. All right, let's go on. Number 4. Number 4 is powerful. You have to create a great routine. Routine is just a daily habit. You hear me talk about it. If you've been following me, you're going to hear that, because that is the base of success. If you want to develop more discipline in your life, you're going to have to develop a great routine. What is your routine? Let me ask you, what do you do in the morning when you wake up? You go for your favorite muffin, your favorite cup of coffee, your Starbucks, or do you go and work out? Do you take some time in the morning to get focused and write down what you want to accomplish and achieve for today? What do you do? What is your routine? What keeps you motivated when you get tired, when the afternoon sets in and you're sitting at your desk or you're sitting somewhere, all of a sudden you feel lethargic, or the weekend comes and you have a whole to-do list of things you want to accomplish, and all of a sudden you land on the couch watching television, and next thing you're asleep. What is it that you do? What is your rituals? What is your routine? I want you to think about creating a great routine. Do the same thing every single day. Work out and exercise. Be in great health so that you can do great things. You know, great health will equal to great wealth. Let me say that again. Great health will equal to great wealth. What would you give in exchange for health? If you were laying on a hospital bed and you were dying of cancer, or you had a heart attack, how much money, what would you give in exchange to be healthy once again? Maybe you have some health problems right now. What would you exchange to be healthy once again? You would give anything to have your health. So part of that routine is making sure that you're healthy every day, that you're getting up and working out and exercising and getting your mindset right and getting your belief system right. So number 4, in order to create more discipline in your life, you have to create a great routine every single day. Create one after this video if you don't have one already. All right, number 5, and I'm going to let you go. Number 5 is you have to go beyond how you feel. Oh man, that's all of us. That includes me. You're not going to always feel like getting up. You're not going to always feel like looking at your goals. You're not going to always feel like doing everything on your to-do list. You're not going to always feel like trying in that relationship. But in order to develop more discipline, you got to learn how to press past and go beyond how you feel. It's not based on how I feel. It's based on what I know. Wow. Let me say that again. It's not based on how I feel. It is based on what I know. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what my assignment is. I know what my goals are. I know what I'm trying to achieve. I understand my outcomes. I realize what it is I'm after in life. And so therefore, I'm going to go beyond how I feel. That's the attitude you have to take today. So again, let me run through them. 5 ways to develop greater discipline in your life. Number 1, set a new standard. Raise your standard and start expecting more from yourself than even others could ever expect from you. Number 2, be consistent. Don't talk about it today and not do it tomorrow. What you do on Tuesday, do on Thursday. What you do on Thursday, do on Saturdays. Because it's a matter of what you do in those moments that make a difference. So number 2, be consistent. Produce consistent results. Number 3, you got to make every moment in your life count. Don't waste one moment. And that's how you develop more discipline, because I'm not going to waste a few minutes here, a few minutes there. I'm going to maximize my time. So at the end of each day, I can look back and be proud of what I've done and what I've accomplished, because progress equals happiness. When you're making progress, you're happy. All right, let's go on. Number 4 is that I have to create a great routine. I've got to set up a routine, something that I do systematically every single day that's going to produce results and create discipline in my life. You know, often when you're disciplined in your workout, you'll be disciplined in other areas. If you fail to get up and work out and fail to eat right and fail to do the right things in those areas, you're going to have some problems in other areas. So use exercise and use working out and use eating right as a gauge to test your level of discipline. And if you're not mastering those areas, you could also be missing it in some other areas. So number 4 is create a great routine. And finally, number 5, go beyond how you feel. It's not based on what you feel. It's based on what you know. You may not feel like it. And remember, motivation is not something that you have. It is something that you create. You're not going to feel motivated. You're not going to feel like doing it. But when you get moving, motivate, energy, emotion. Emotion is energy in motion. When you get moving, when you lace up your gym shoes, when you put your shirt on, when you get the car started, when you get out and start walking, whatever it is to get yourself going, when you get the music playing, whatever it takes, all of a sudden, you'll press past how you feel. You may didn't feel like it when you started, but when it's all said and done, you're going to press past how you feel, and then motivation comes, inspiration comes, desire comes. Oh man, this is an awesome session. Set a new standard. Be consistent. Make the most of every single moment. Don't waste time. Number 4, create a great routine. And number 5, go beyond how you feel. I promise if you practice these 5 lessons that I've given you today, you're going to develop great discipline in every area of your life. Hey, this is Adam White Speaks. I'll see you next time.